So caviar at McDonald's. They're making a fancy burger
No,
that's like a
that
Whopper.
ship sailed.
No, but I want to know.
That ship sailed 4 times. Rachel
then
has
it's
failed
a great
to
ship
launch.
Damage.
She has
sailed 4 times.
She has AD. That's audacity dysfunction. She's incapable of maintaining
an audacity.
Yeah, so I was going to talk about caviar McNuggets. Not really. It was just something that I had on my mind. We're not going to do that anymore, Rachel. That is gone. It is gone. You got to accept it. Like, like how you miss prom because you have the flu? You don't get to do prom again.
I mean, you can if you're weird and date people that are younger. You can keep going.
Are you
going to
date somebody younger to get to talk about the caviar McNuggets? Is that what I'm picking up here?
You don't know. Maybe I'm dating somebody that's 17 right now and we're going to go to prom. It's normal.
We're still not talking about caviar McNuggets, so.
Well, that's what we're having for dinner because I'm classy.
So the first time I was trying to talk about it, and Rachel's like, "Brr, I don't know how to computer," and then it failed. And then the second time, she was all like, "I'm going to talk about it." I'm like, "You don't even know what you're talking about," and she started going off on I don't know what she's saying, but it was wrong.
Yeah, no, 100%.
And so now we're going to talk about, I don't know, Kid Rock. Did you watch the Kid Rock-a-thon?
Yeah, Rock? On Channel 2.
Yeah. Kid Rock is the name of Epstein's Island, by the way. I'm like the 27th person to make that joke this hour. By the time this episode comes out, that'll be like written down in a 10th commandment somewhere.
You know
it's going to be
great?
Everywhere.
This is my first time hearing it, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I forget. Rachel's not terminally online sometimes.
Yeah. Also, I will say, last week we started talking about J.K. Rowling and we got derailed because I was going to say, I love that she was mentioned in the Epstein files and then she promptly deleted all of the history of where her yacht had been. And I'm like, babe, that's not how records work. You deleting like your online history is not representative of like, no one's going to know where your yacht was.
Your router shows where you've been.
Yeah, that shit's funny though. Not like that she was on Epstein's Island, but that she's that dumb.
I mean, it makes sense to me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a bunch of names are coming out right now. Who knows how many more names are going to come out in the next couple of days. The whole Epstein thing is blowing up again, and it's still redacted, and it's a roller coaster. And I'd like off, please. I'd like off, or I'd like it to finally drop. It's been going up this whole time.
Gamage is not into anticipation, is what we are learning about the Epstein files.
No, it's more like I feel like after like somebody going through an edging session, and it's been like 14 hours, and they're like, okay,
I'm ready to be done now.
Hey, come on, we're. Why are we here? What are we doing?
Daddy Dom Trump says no. You must wait longer.
Do not ever say that in my vicinity again.
Well, technically, I'm not in your vicinity. Strictly speaking.
Your voice is, and I'm sick of it already.
Tequila!
I mean, I'm just going to cut you out. Like, this is going to be a very short episode.
You should just bleep it. So people are like, what did she say?
I'll just use Rachel stock noises.
Just take clips from previous episodes of me being like, haha, yep, mm-hmm, yeah. Look, you can
Tequila.
Just use that one. Yeah, exactly. Oh, fuck. Do you want me to start?
What? I know, I can do it.
I know, but you've done it
Welcome
for so many
to, we
times.
have, sorry, what?
I said you've just done it for so many times, so I was trying to tap in. I'll write it down, it's fine.
Oh, do you have a funny one?
No, probably not.
Welcome to We Have That Podcast at Home, the only podcast to shock you with the electric feel. Okay. That was for Rachel.
Yeah, it was better than that. I do know that song, though.
It's in her contract to throw her a softball every now and then. Or as her people like to call it, a regular throw. I'm on bread cabbage.
you just so tickled when you wrote that up? You're so fucking dumb. I'm on
I didn't write that. I just
Rachel.
said it.
Oh, I don't think he's ever said that before. But I'm on brand Rachel. And each week we play Russian roulette with our success, and we spin a wheel to find out the genre of the next week's podcast. Last week we landed on true crime, and Gamage and I are bad at true crime, so really it's just turned into deep dives, which he won't let me call Autism Hour. So here we are.
I mean, I thought we kind of came around to it. But we were deciding that our next Autism Hour episode, as Rachel called it, is that we'd revisit some of the schoolyard myths that we had already discussed and kind of go further into it, because we were just kind of like hey, this myth happened. Do you remember this? But like, we didn't talk about like the history or the origins or the evolutions of that, because we had a lot of them. So from the small pool of like myths that we were covering a couple weeks back, we picked random ones that we were going to do a deeper dive on. I'm probably only going to be covering one.
Is yours just really long?
Honestly, a lot of them are self-explanatory. Like, a lot of the ones we were talking about, like, are kind of like, oh, obviously this happened. But one of the ones I picked up, the first one I started looking into, the more I looked into it, the more vague it became.
Ooh, I'm excited. You slowly delved into a more mysterious realm.
I picked mine because like we were picking them at random. I don't remember who brought this one up in the episode, but like when I was starting to look this one up, like I just like ended up spending all fucking day on it. I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Do you want to save yours for last then?
Go. Tell me about Mountain Dew, I guess.
Okay. To start off, I had Mountain Dew causing you to be sterile.
Yeah, tell me about
and
that.
while that's definitely not true, there is obviously well, not obviously. I don't know if you know this. There's a connection between consuming high doses of caffeine and a change in your sperm quality.
Yeah.
And then they did the math where you'd have to drink like, I don't know, 11 Mountain Dews before it would have the same effect as a couple cups of coffee. So that's all bullshit. However, that did make me laugh because I'm pretty sure my boss that I talk about that drank a shit ton of Mountain Dew probably would have had 11 Mountain Dews a day. Also, I did get like really specific in these, but if yours is going to take a lot of time, I'll more of do an overview.
I mean, you do a little bit of an overview, do a little bit deeper in. That's fine too.
Okay, well, we'll dive a little bit deeper. Men who drink one 12-ounce cup of coffee every day may experience higher sperm motility, which is a sperm's ability to move. But it then decreases after 4 cups of coffee a day, and that's where the equivalent you'd have to drink 11 Mountain Dews comes from. Also, fun fact, if you drink a lot of soda, that is linked to a lower sperm count, but that is not necessarily specific to Mountain Dew.
Yeah, it feels more like a correlation, not causation, of like you're doing a lot of fructose corn syrup. Like, you have other issues going on that's also affecting your sperm count.
There's other shit happening that's fucking you up. Next up is Mountain Dew and dick size. This one was fun because Gamage is correct that it was originally a rumor around the yellow dye number 5, or tartrazine. The U.S. Drug Food Administration, or FDA, has ruled that the dye is safe, which immediately upon reading I went, well, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Yeah.
If, like, the European Food Administration has ruled that yellow food dye is safe, I'll fucking believe you. Currently, didn't cross-Google it, so we don't know. But over the years, rumors have surfaced that the dye causes the reduction of penis size or testicle size. This claim is false.
No way.
I know, crazy. And the whole reason that it's dictated false, at least like the way that they worded in this article, which I love.
Dictated.
Which I love poking holes in things, is that yellow number 5 is in a bunch of different types of food, like potato chips and candies and things.
Oh,
so
yeah.
we would, of course, know if it was causing tiny penises. But I'm like, if it's in so many things, how could we ever narrow it down?
What was that one potato chip in the early noughts that opened up your anus?
What?
No, there was a potato chip that used a specific kind of oil, and It was like really big when it came out, but then they had to pull it off the shelf because it was causing anal leakage. Sorry, I didn't mean to
Fact
interrupt you,
checker,
but I was
can
just
you find
remembering.
us the anal leakage potato chips? That's what we're gonna do next episode. We're gonna eat a bunch of anal leakage potato chips and keep you posted.
It's like Pop Wow or some shit. They were kind of good, but like, yeah,
They were
they
kind
were
of good,
causing a
but
big.
I went through so much underwear. Let me tell you. Holy shit. Oh, wait. Potato chip anal leakage refers to a widely publicized side effect of olestra, a fat substitute used in Frito-Lay's fat-free chips in the
Yeah.
late 1990s, causing digestive issues like cramps, diarrheas, and the notorious anal oil leakage. That's a quote. Or, quote, fecal urgency, due to the
Fecal
body's
urgency.
inability to digest it. Next time I ask somebody for a bathroom code, I'm going to be like, I'm sorry, I have fecal urgency.
Fecal urgency is going to be my call sign, like in a war game or something.
Fecal urgency.
Breaker, this is fecal urgency.
Fecal urgency out. Oh, it'd be so good. Oh, I wish I could conjure up more war things in my brain.
Well,
like
you don't have to wait too long.
Shit. Oh, yeah, I know. We're going to get there. And then fecal urgency really will be your radio name.
I guess today Trump was all like, Canada, though. And
oh my God.
Who knows where we're at by
he
the
should
time
just
this gets aired.
Really focus on destroying architectural historical buildings.
Yeah.
Like, keep your focuses, your focus pigeonholed, please. Sorry, I just slapped the shit out of my mic. You're going to hate me.
I already do, so we're fine.
Yeah, okay, cool. There are some concerns with yellow number 5. Apparently, there are some people that are more sensitive to this dye and can experience side effects such as eczema, asthma, and hyperactivity. So what I'm hearing is that ADHD is caused by yellow 5.
So Mountain Dew is causing ADHD.
Fuck yeah, it is. And that feels like legit science. There was one study in 1988 that said that it lowered sperm count in rats.
Well, but rats, Mountain Dew isn't for rats.
Well, could you imagine being a rat and your job is to drink Mountain Dew? What a time to be alive that would be.
And then your neighbor gets like some crazy cancer drug that gives him giant tumors, and you're like, damn.
I thought you were going to say giant tits. Then you said tumors, and I was like, kind of the same.
Well, I mean, like, all tits are tumors, but not all tumors are tits. It's like that.
Yeah.
That's not even a little true.
No. That seemed totally scientifically logical, much like the Mountain Dew rats. Yeah, that's Mountain Dew for you. Probably doesn't make your dick small and probably doesn't make your sperm slow. But if you drink a fuckload of it, then it is probably definitely making your sperm slow.
Again, I feel like that's just part of like the correlation, not causation.
Yeah. But either way, if you're clocking 12 Mountain Dews a day, you may want to reconsider for a multitude of reasons.
Your sperm count's the least of your problems.
Yeah. Next up we have, will sex in a hot tub prevent my girlfriend from getting pregnant? Shockingly, you can get pregnant in a hot tub. Surprise! However, the pregnancy...
Wait, were you being serious? Is that a real shockingly? I'm not that shocked.
What?
You said shockingly.
I really thought you couldn't get pregnant in a hot tub.
You really did?
Yeah, I thought that you couldn't get pregnant in a hot tub.
We were talking about it like, wait, you're joking with me. I see. I'm getting japed.
I thought
She's japing me.
I thought you were japing me.
She's japing me in the mouth.
Actually, I'm japing you in your ear holes. And I will jape you there again. Don't fucking
That's very
test
lowbrow. I apologize. Isn't Jap a slur? What?
I'm sure that is. I don't know about jape. That jape means joke.
Yeah, jape means joke. It's also... It's also my new favorite thing to say.
Fucking fantastic. Yeah, fun fact, you can get pregnant in a hot tub. You can only get pregnant if they come inside you. That was apparently a surprise for some. STDs can still happen. Chlorine doesn't kill it off. I figured we'd cover a few things. But if you spend too much time in hot tubs on a regular basis, it can decrease your sperm count. So there's that.
I remember at the very beginning of this, I was saying that like some of them are self-explanatory. The whole hot tub thing was all self-explanatory. Like we talked about all
Yeah,
of this
we could
already.
probably
Like
we probably could have skipped that one out. Skipped that one
it's
out.
fine.
What
It's
the
fine.
fuck
But
words are those? This one's my favorite. Pop rocks and soda means you'll die. Eating both at the same time will cause death. This was my favorite
you
one.
hadn't heard of this one before, right?
Yes, I had not at all, and I
Which
love
is
it, and I love
crazy,
it
yeah.
more now that I know about it.
Okay, let it rip.
So fun fact, the way that they make Pop Rocks is they take candy and they put it in a high pressurized, like CO2 atmosphere while they're making it, which results in the formation of tiny little pressurized gas bubbles inside the candy. And then when your saliva dissolves the sugar that is holding the bubble together, it releases the pressurized CO2, which causes that popping sensation and sound, which is just a neat fun fact about Pop Rocks. But the concept that Pop Rocks would cause you to die if you drank them with, or if you ate them with soda began in the 1970s, and the idea was that the consumption of Pop Rocks and soda at the same time would cause so much fizzing and CO2 and bubbliness that your stomach would explode and then you would die from that. And apparently...
Because vomiting isn't a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Apparently, this myth gained popularity because child actor John Gilchrist, after playing the character Little Mikey in a 1970s Life cereal television commercial, was falsely rumored to have died after consuming an excess amount of Pop Rocks and Coca-Cola. And then, though the confection has been extensively tested and found safe, the carbonated candy was alarming residents in Seattle still, so the FDA had to set up a hotline in Seattle specifically to assure anxious parents that Pop Rocks would not in fact kill their children.
Tax dollars went into this.
Oh yeah. General Foods was battling the, quote, exploding kid, end quote, rumors as early as 1979.
Man, you got to think about like the CEO at Pop Rocks, like the day that it got announced, he's like, oh shit.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Can it though? Can it blow people up? Like, there's a panic there.
Yeah, the brief one of being like, are you, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, holy shit, we're killing children.
Our stock's gonna plummet.
Immediately followed by the relief that you didn't kill children, and now immediately followed by, once again, the tragedy of being like, are you fucking kidding me? Our whole company is gonna go down because people think Pop Rocks kills children.
Spoiler alert, Pop Rocks are still around and huge. They did fine.
Yeah, they're okay. They're all right. They made it. I know you were all very concerned, but holy fuck, Gamage. Do you remember the Altoid Sours?
Yeah, there's a couple candy companies that are making them.
Yes, I just learned that yesterday, and I ordered some of the tangerine sours, and I will let you know how they are.
There's I have it still in my Amazon shopping cart. I keep forgetting, but there's like a 3-pack where they'd have like the remake of the tangerine sours and also like a blue raspberry sour, and I'm like, I want to try those too.
Mm-hmm. No, they make I think like 7 different flavors or something.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I was fucking stoked. But yeah, unlike Altoids,
what is it with you and Brittany? That's so weird.
Did she also bring it up?
Well, we passed by a video, and then Brittany was Brittany, correct me if I'm wrong, but you didn't know that they were doing those, right? And I was like, okay, you did. Okay. There was something else too, where like you, my mother, and Brittany all on the same day were like, did you know that they're making a live action Dungeon Crawler Carl? all 3 of you, my mother in the morning, you in the afternoon, and then Brittany in the evening. And I'm like, can I, like, by the time Brittany asked me, I was annoyed.
By the time Brittany asks you, you already had a poster strapped to your back that says, yes, I know that Dungeon Crawler Carl is going to be a live action TV show, period. Next line. Yes, I am aware that this will cost more money. Period. Next line. Yes, I was aware of it a year ago. Just like common just FAQ.
It was just funny because like by the time Brittany asked, I'm like, what are you guys menstruating together? What is this cycle shit?
We've synced up like Bluetooth. We're ready to go. No, my thing was I knew that the show was happening because you told me about that a while ago. I did not realize they were going to do it live action because when I thought Seth MacFarlane, I just instantly pictured like Family Guy or American Dad or something.
Well,
Which
to
I
be
don't
fair,
actually even...
it is it's his company. It's not quite Seth MacFarlane. It's Fuzzy Door.
Well, close enough.
And like the guy, I forget who the guy is.
I just didn't expect, like, that's going to be an expensive show, was the part that took me aback. Because I was like, animated, done, easy. You get Jeff Hayes to do it. Like, it's just, I feel like there's so many more hurdles you have to go through with it being live action.
Everybody's on the same page of like, Jeff Hayes should voice Donut. And the thing I was telling my mother, but I didn't tell either of you two, is that like the fan cast that everybody was saying would be perfect for Donut was Catherine O'Hara, who passed like a couple days ago, and like it's like, well, that's sad.
Why. No, here's the thing: God knew there could be only one, and so He was like, "It's Jeff Hayes' time." And Catherine O'Hara said, "I understand."
I'll make
and
this
gracefully
exit.
made her exit. You don't have to edit that out. I'm
her
willing
exits
to own
are
that.
Her exits are only gracefully.
Exactly, that's what I meant. I almost said she chose.
What a legend! Now I'm mad. This podcast is taking a turn. We're sad now.
Anyway, Gamage is upset. Pop Rocks are fine. General Foods had to send letters to school principals.
There's no more McNugget caviar.
There's no more McNugget caviar available unless you have a lot of money. They created an open letter to parents and took out advertisements in major publications and sent confectioners on the road to explain that Pop Rocks contain less gas than half a can of soda. That's so good. And Mythbusters did an episode, their very first episode ever, proving that Pop Rocks can in fact not blow up your stomach. So it's been proven by science. And then my last one for you. And this one I'm also excited about. Masturbation causing hairy palms and blindness. Fun fact, medieval archetypes depicted wild men with hairy bodies, sometimes including their palms. And also the church was like, bitch, don't spill your seed. Masturbation's denying the natural order of life, which is to have sex and make babies. And that's to do otherwise is outside the natural order.
The church talking about the natural order.
According to my trusted source, I don't technically think it's considered sodomy.
What?
According to my trusted source, we don't technically think it's considered sodomy. I don't think masturbation falls under sodomy.
It certainly does not. Sodomy is like very specific.
Sodomy, I think, has some things that you wouldn't expect to be in there. I might be wrong. Maybe but I don't. I might be wrong
too.
But anyway, the reason I was excited to talk about this one is because I just finished Dracula last month. Dracula, the 1897 novel written by Bram Stoker. I don't know why I blanked on that for a minute. He had hairy palms, and of course Dracula is meant to represent like all of the evil and salaciousness in the world, which is funny because when I was talking to somebody about this earlier today, they were like, didn't he have, thralls that he was controlling? And I was like, yeah, only they were in the book for like 3 fucking total pages. So perhaps that's why he has hairy palms. Just great need to masturbate because the thralls aren't around very often.
Sodomy is also called buggery in British English.
Buggery.
Principally refers to either anal sex, but occasionally also oral sex between people or any sexual activity between a human and other animal.
And it may also mean animal, to be specific.
Yeah, another animal. It may also mean any non-procreative sexual activity. So it's just sex. Sodomy is just sex. It seems like.
Seems like we've cracked the code here. So there is a disease, I guess, a syndrome called hypertrichosis, which is where you can actually grow hair on your palms. It's also called werewolf syndrome. Yeah. Can you imagine? It's not a thing that occurs very often, but there's this, and then
no, it's also like a birth thing, and like you notice it a lot more not on your palms. It's kind of fucking everywhere. On your face.
Yeah. Then there's also circumscribed hairy, not to be confused with circumcised, hairy decembrioplasia of palms, which is where you can grow hair out of both of your palms and is an inherited genetic disorder. Can you imagine being somebody in the olden years and thinking that you are becoming a mythical monster that is either a hairy palmed vampire or a werewolf, and then being like, wow, I don't even get any of the fun things?
No, because they didn't like have those then. Like those are myths that like not our era did, but like kind of the era before us did. Back then they would have just been like heretic, witch, or just the devil's coming through you. They didn't have like cool shit yet.
Coming through you.
Ha,
That's not masturbation, that's just sodomy.
everything's sodomy.
In 1976, there was an article published in Archives of Dermatology which did describe a man who did grow hair out of his palms. When the man was a child, he rigorously masturbated. Oh, look at that. No, he actually severely injured his right hand and had a skin graft from, I guess, his hairy fucking knuckles and started growing hair out of his palms. What a weird thing to have to shave.
That seems like one of those like my cousin I swear kind of things.
Perhaps. And then blindness is likely just more propaganda from cornflakes. Big cornflake trying to get you to buy their flakes.
Big cereal.
Yeah, big cereal. What I did think was fun is that in antiquity, which is like the 8th century to the 5th century, or 8th century BC, important, to 5th century AD, they believed that semen was produced in the brain and around the eyes, and so therefore kind of had to pass through the region to come out of your body. Which might have been why they thought it would cause you to go blind, because you're crying from your penis, I guess. And it was also the plot line of a couple of books. There's like The
Daredevil?
Blindness of January in Chaucer's Canterbury Tales after he had taken a young wife.
Huh.
He took a young wife, so I don't know if he's masturbating or if he just like tried to hit that too many times. In a 2014 study, they did discover that masturbation can cause damage to the eyes in very extreme cases. Basically, this guy orgasmed so hard that he caused like a blood vessel to pop, but in like...
Yeah, that shit happens.
But it was, I guess maybe not a blood vessel to pop. There was a lot of big science words about eyeballs, but he created, hold on. I have it saved. What's the word for it?
Urgency?
Paracentral scotoma, which is a blind spot or area of blurry dark vision located off center of the middle of your eye.
Huh.
So basically he came so hard that he did briefly sort of go kind of blind.
I know that,
and
like,
then he was fine.
I know that I've read certain things where, like, some girls will have an orgasm so hard they, like, enter a coma. Like, there's all kinds of shit like that where, like, sometimes that edge session can have a big drop and you could endanger your life. Edge less, goon less.
Goon less. That's our campaign of 2026, goon less.
Are we ready to move on?
Yeah, it's your turn.
It's
Go
all
forth.
about me now.
Go forth, Big Papa.
Okay. I am doing... Okay, first of all, neither of you fact check me because I did all of my homework, and like if I say something and then you fact check it and then I'm about to say it like 30 seconds later, you're gonna look really stupid.
I want to just fact check you the whole time now.
Please do. I will leave and not do anything, and that'll be fun for me because I could just fucking go play Hogwarts Legacy and eat chips.
That sounds good.
You'll notice there was no humor in my voice there.
I
was
know,
being
just
serious. I'll
genuinely sounds good.
fucking do it. I'm doing my podcast homework report on Bloody Mary, the surprisingly intricate amalgamation of myths, witchcraft, and psychology. Rachel, I want you to tell me your personal first experience with Bloody Mary. What was it? What was the ritual? Who told you? What exactly did they say was going to happen? Did you do it? What was supposed to happen? And what did happen?
I feel like I maybe saw this in a movie before I ever experienced it in life. And movie depiction is very much you say it 3 times in a mirror and a creepy bitch shows up and tries to kill everybody.
Okay.
Which I think we're talking like maybe like 8 to 10 or something in this range. And And then I do remember at some point being at somebody's house and going through that very traditional experience of somebody saying, like, oh my God, if we look in a mirror and say Bloody Mary 3 times, she's going to appear. Like, go stand in the bathroom
Yeah.
alone. And then I think we just did it at like a party in middle school or something. I don't know. But I did try it. And shockingly, I remained alone in the bathroom and not much occurred. And then I left and somebody else did it. And while they were doing it, I wasn't interested because I was like, well, nothing's going to happen. And I went and ate chips. And they gave me anal leakage. It was a very eventful time.
It's weird how like cyclical our episodes are, like where we make funny jokes and references and then it just like loops back and forth within the episode.
Yeah.
It's strange. So
much like the titties I sent you last week. It loops back together.
For me, it's the dark bathroom mirror. You say her name 3 times. She pops out of the mirror and kills you. Which is an odd thing to volunteer for. It's kind of like one kid egging everyone on. Like, what, are you scared? Like of dying brutally to a ghost? Yes. Like, to prove you're not a chicken, go kill yourself in the bathroom. It's fucking ludicrous.
Yeah, the concept of like how children interact with each other is so funny.
Were
like,
you scared? Like, why don't you go die and prove you're brave? There's a disconnect here. So the main 3 repeating points of the ritual tends to be the same: darkness, mirror, chant. There are some variations involving touching the mirror, spinning around, giving your own blood, running the sink, or using dim illumination like a candle or such that creates a spookier atmosphere. The chant is usually the same, Bloody Mary, but it can also be, I believe in Bloody Mary, or I killed your baby, Bloody Mary, or
what?
the rare, or the rare Bloody Mary, show your fright this starry night, which is a mouthful. The chant is supposed to be said anywhere from 3 to 100 times, depending on who you ask and what season it is. It's arbitrary. One of them was like 47 times specifically, which I don't. 47
is a fucking commitment.
Weird fucking number. Instead of Bloody Mary, you could also try the other flavors. There's Hail Mary, Mary Jane, Mary Worth, or Mary Wales. All right, so you did it all. You did each variation of the chants, names, and hand gestures, and you done gone and summoned up one of them Bloody Marys. Maybe it's one of those disgusting old rotting hag versions, or the beautiful maidens. Either way, you got yourself a Mary. So what happens next is always different too. Sometimes she just stands in the mirror's reflection next to you, bleeding. Sometimes she grabs your soul and rips it up, which I guess looks like a mime starting a chainsaw. Other variations include the candle goes out, if applicable, or the running water starts turning into blood, if applicable. In some versions, she drags you into the mirror world or whatever dark hell realm that the storyteller is making up at the time. In some rituals, she shows you the future. More often than not, you see your own reflection in the mirror get all creepy and twisted, like your face like turns demony and stuff. So Rachel, who is this bitch? Why is she always different? Why is she in your bathroom at 2 a.m.? And why is she so gosh darn plumb mad?
I can't wait to find out.
There's several different Marys, and they're all holding grudges. The most common and least verifiable myth is just an obscure girl named Mary who was just assaulted and had her eyes gauged out, so she's Mayad. One version is Mary Wales, a sweet girl who was murdered by her father for eventually caving into his hatred that his wife died giving birth to Mary. She went on to haunt him until he hung himself. There's a lot of like local legends like that. There's infinity of them. I can't even. Another version is Elizabeth Bathory, who isn't named Mary even a little bit. She was a Hungarian noblewoman and serial killer who supposedly murdered hundreds of girls and women 1590 to 1610. The years, not the amount of girls that died.
Thank you for clarifying. I was concerned.
Yeah. The legends go on that she bathed in their blood to rejuvenate her youth, and some people insist that she was the inspiration for Bram Stoker's Dracula, but there's really no link to that.
Did she have hairy palms?
We don't know.
Oh.
One of the more commonly used Mary is Mary Tudor, Queen of England, mostly because she was actually called Bloody Mary. But she has little reason to be traipsing about in mirrors. Like when you see Bloody Mary, it's not a queen, obviously. So Mary Tudor was born as heir to Henry VIII and Catherine of Aragon. Old King Hank wanted a son, didn't get son. Catherine groomed her to be the queen, knowing she was it. Old King Hank cheated on Catherine for Anne Boleyn and got her pregonto with Elizabeth. Old King Hank wanted a divorce. Pope said no. And this initiated the English Reformation, which separated the Church of England from Catholicism, which was a big fucking deal. Back to Mary, who was a diehard Catholic and was all the way to her death, and now against competition with the homewrecker's daughter, she gets the Cinderella treatment and basically serves Elizabeth. She develops either endometriosis, PCOS, or both, and experiences crazy painful menstruation that worsens with stress, and shit's kind of stressful right now. Her mother dies and is stripped of succession. That sucks. Old King Hank is a fickle man and decides to behead Anne Boleyn and remarries Jane Seymour. Now Elizabeth is stripped of succession, so Elizabeth and Mary are both not in line of succession at all. Unsure when this episode turned into the history of the crown, but here we are. Old King Hank, I love this new version of King Henry. Old King Hank told Mary that he's the authority of the church, which I think is the part she hated the most, but she did eventually just give into it just to get into that sweet, sweet throne room. Old King Hank just dies sometime. I don't have the whole history on that, but I'm not focusing on him. And he leaves his crown to his son, Edward VI, who he had with his third wife, Jane Seymour. He was 9 years old. He was king until the ripe old age of 15 and died of little boy and Renaissance time disease. His cousin, Lady Jane Grey, takes the throne for a whopping 9 days before giving it up to Mary, who would later execute her for being a Protestant. Speaking of, Queen Mary went on to execute like a couple people. It's something like 300. I don't know. All for being Protestant whores because Mary was holding some grudges regarding the trauma with how all that went down with her religion. She burned as many as she could at the stake, and that's why they call her Bloody Mary. Or because her peculiar menstruation, because she had a couple false pregnancies, or maybe because she had a crazy painful death to ovarian cysts and or uterine cancer. We don't know. But she's not the Bloody Mary. She's a Bloody Mary, but she's not the Bloody Mary from the stories. I do have another Bloody Mary, our last one. Mary Worth. Mary Worth lived in a small cabin in the forest and was known to make tinctures and herbal remedies to sell to the local villagers. Local villagers, known for being neighborly and welcoming, accepted her wholeheartedly with open arms. Just kidding. They thought she was a witch because she lived in a cabin in the woods and made potions. They thought she was going to curse them. Fast forward to later. Small girls started to go missing and the villagers were in search. A few went to Mary Worth's cabin and asked her if she knew anything. She said no, but the villagers were like, she looks a lot younger than she did yesterday when I didn't see her, and she's supposed to be an old witch. So they're suspicious, and they did, well, nothing about it. One night, some girl was enchanted by a noise she heard coming from the forest that no one else could hear. She probably had untreated schizophrenia during this time of long ago, because there's no real date or anything on this. She wandered off into the forest, probably after that noise. The villagers went in to look for her and found her unresponsive, staring towards a strange light. When they got close, they discovered that it's Mary Worth holding a wand, which is a stick with a glowing light at the tip. Couldn't have been anything else. So they burned her at the stake, probably lit it with a torch, which is ironic because that's probably what she had in her hand. She screamed in agony and cursed the villagers and their children and their children's children and their children's 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 children that she will get her revenge in blood. The villagers went on to say that they found the bodies of the missing children buried at Mary's house, but unverifiable. None of this is verifiable, by the way. I'm willing to bet this poor spinster was minding her own business and heard some schizophrenic child having a fit, and then was brutally murdered for checking it out.
She was
So
just
like,
burning some incense. That's why she had a stick with the tiplet.
I just got some Nag Champa. Yeah. So
I don't know
so
why, but ever since we discovered the name of Nag Champa, every time I hear Nag Champa, it makes me laugh a little bit.
what do you mean we? When I was a bachelor at the rough age of 18, Nag Champa was the only thing they would light in my house. I don't know why. There's better incense out there.
I love when you say things where you can feel the weight of how much you distasted a situation.
I don't like
Because
I
you're
don't like
like,
Nag Champa.
I don't know why. It like extended a little bit longer than it should have. And you could just feel your emotional turmoil in that
You know, like
elongation of a vowel.
so many young bachelors just mask their stench with Axe, but like in my house, Nag Champa. I don't
I would hate
get
that.
it. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. So anyway, Mary Worth died at the stake. Her screams and curses as she burned were probably those of agony and false guilt. I'd be pissed too. I'd be like a witch burning at the stake. They would be laughing. They'd be like, "Ha ha ha! I don't care. I'm
No, because
going
then
to
when they
Satan,
curse you, it'll be legit. They're like,
Lucifer, our Lord."
yeah,
Yeah, but this person's like pissed. I would be too.
reasonable.
So what's real? Who's the original Bloody Mary? Why is Bloody Mary a seemingly weird mixture of La Llorona and Hanako-san from Japanese folklore? Well, no one really knows. Everyone has a different answer. There's millions of little local legends all named Mary. Maybe it has religious origins. Maybe it's the Virgin Mary back with a score to settle because Virgin Mary and blood, there's something there maybe. I don't know. But I have a different theory, and it starts with catoptromancy.
What?
Catoptromancy is a form of divination using mirrors to see the future or seek answers. It's
Oh,
old.
that's dope.
Yeah, it's 1700s, like older than that, but that's just the earliest that we have talks of it. One specific ritual involves a woman walking up a flight of stairs backwards, holding a candle and a hand mirror in a dark house. As they gaze into the mirror, they were supposed to see the face of their future husband. Sometimes a skull or the face of the Grim Reaper would appear, which meant that they were going to die before getting married. There are... Ooh,
You good?
yeah, hold on, sorry.
I need you to know when you said Praganta earlier, I was like, what kind of plant is that?
You're stupid. I'm uploading something I forgot to upload.
Oh, dope. Brittany, I need you to know I haven't looked at any of your comments, so reading them now with no context, which one of them, the first one, 47 is the atomic number of silver, I understood why you brought up, but then going backwards upstairs will do that. Spider?
I didn't mean to put that Chapel Roan in there, but it's there anyway. It was in my most recent photos. So there are greeting cards from the early 20th century depicting women performing this ritual in mirrors with some fun rhyming poems. Witches in the early 1900s were popular as fuck and were all beautiful. Yeah, like if you'll read it, like one says, "A happy Halloween, he is your fate, whose face you've seen in the mirror's face on Halloween." Is
Also,
that how
they
mirrors
both
used
look
to be called?
fucking horrifying. Zoom in on their faces.
Oh yeah, no.
They're disturbing little frog creatures.
I pray you, bright flame, now show to me who my future's husband may be. On Halloween, look in the glass. Your future husband's face will pass.
How many
This
people
was-
do you think died because they looked in the mirror and were like, "Oh my god, my husband," and it was actually just like an axe murderer behind them? Like that that has to have
at
happened
least-
once.
At least once, right?
Yeah.
So these were greeting cards from the early 20th century. So like in the early 1900s, these were popular. These were on greeting cards. But leave it to the church and state to ruin everything. On that note, I think Satanic Panic is partly to blame for the Bloody Mary urban legend because it started being passed around that by the church that if you stared into a mirror long enough, the devil would appear. So where does Bloody Mary come into this? Well, the most likely contender, Mary Worth, is the Bloody Mary that most people agree on. Well, she wouldn't be written about until the 1970s because she's a fictional character. Ironically, it's around the same time that the urban legends of Bloody Mary would start. So let's check the board. We have the legend of the ghost, Mary Worth. We have The Ritual, a satanic bastardization of cataptromancy. All that's missing now is the result of the summoning. Well, no one was dying, but there had to be some result that sparked the story that made it spread like wildfire. So where was this devil face that some people were seeing? Well, the most common report of performing the Bloody Mary ritual is seeing your face become twisted and distorted. This is actually happening due to a combination of the pareidolia and the Troxler effect paired with psychological, mystical, and environmental triggers.
I was really hoping you were going to get into this.
Yeah, pareidolia is the psychological phenomenon of perceiving familiar, often meaningful patterns, faces specifically, in random, ambiguous stimuli. We've talked about this before. It's like seeing the man on the moon or Jesus Christ in a piece of toast. Our brains are complicated pieces of hardware that's evolved over millions of years to detect friend and foe by the quick identifications of faces. And that's sometimes you look in your shower curtain, you're like, that looks like a face. I do that every morning.
I do that every morning, proudly.
The Troxler effect, also known as the Troxler fading, is an optical illusion affecting visual perception due to focusing on a single point. If you want to see the Troxler effect in action, look up the lilac chaser. Fact checker if you want to pull up a GIF of it, just type in lilac chaser. Or even this image that I'm posting now.
It's loading.
So
I need you to know. Never mind, you're good. It loaded.
Did you think it was still loading, but it was actually fully loaded?
No, it was gray, and then it loaded, and I was like, are you still fucked up? And then I was like, wait, no, this is what it needs to be.
So the image I posted is one of the Troxler effect ones where it's like the plus sign with all the kind of blurry colors. So the longer you stare at this...
Coincidentally, it goes back to being gray.
Yeah, the colors will vanish over time. And this is because the neurons in your peripheral vision adapt to unchanging image, reducing response. Your brain filters out unimportant signals like color, and by focusing on a single point, your eyes stop microsaccades, which doesn't have a verb, I guess. It's the tiny involuntary eye jerks, microsaccades.
Is that a new Pokemon?
Yes. Now, if you pair these optical effects in a dark or slightly illuminated room and then stare into a mirror with the intention of seeing something supernatural, your brain is going to do the rest. It'll get to work and make those sandwiches. It'll make delicious ghost sandwiches. Now throw in a hormonal, gullible child who just heard some inconsistent bullshit urban ghost story by your peers you maybe trust or are bullying you, and then your brain just goes, yeah, it's probably ghosts.
Simple solutions. It's ghosts.
That's Bloody Mary.
Well done. I was really jazzed when you initially said, like, your face changing in the mirror, because I'm like, oh, he's going to go into it.
The Troxler effect?
Yeah.
The one I posted, the other Troxler effect, is a GIF that's called the Lilac Chaser. It's the most famous one. It's a GIF that has just a bunch of pink dots, and then, like, one of the dots is, like, going out, and it goes in clockwise. But if you stare at the plus sign, that the absence of the pink dot turns into a green dot, or cyan, if you're colorblind like me. Even though it's not actually changing color, it's just the absence of it. Your mind just kind of makes up the rest.
True facts. Looking at it now. Living it.
And that's my science book report on Bloody Mary.
That was good.
You're stupid.
I like
Bloody
that.
Mary doesn't exist. It's the result of the church being all mad that people were celebrating witches and cool shit.
Bummer for everybody else, because it's great. The witches and the cool shit. Gamage. So I heard about what's new in your food life this week, or what's not new, I guess, which is caviar
What's
McDonald's. What is new for your ear food? What have you been listening to? What have you been shoving in your ear canals?
I've been listening to a couple of different things, several different things, but me specifically, KMFDM this week. I'm pretty sure I've talked about KMFDM before, but they've just released their 23rd album. It sucks. It's called Enemy, and I like it a lot. KMFDM is industrial rock. You either love it or you hate it. There's really no in between. If you remember the first thing I ever recommended on this podcast, like when you first started doing the music thing, I recommended Health. Health is very industrial. Industrial's like Rammstein or Nine Inch Nails, where it's very kind of techno-y and hard and metal and kind of great. Like, that's the kind of shit I like. But KMFDM is like arguably the first. They're like 1984 or something like that.
Damn.
So the new album is called Enemy. My favorite songs are going to be Oubliette, which is French. I don't know what it means. Outer National Intervention and Gun Quarter Sue. Now, all three of these songs, one of them has the girl. I don't remember her name. The girl singer. One of them has the guy singer.
Girl.
I want to say her name's Lily or Lila or something like that. But like, one of them's the girl, one of them's the guy, and one of them's just instrumental. And I think that's like a good range of like what you can kind of expect from this sound.
Yeah, it's a good swath.
This swath?
It's a good swath. You've got options.
You've
got a girl, a guy, and sound.
And a pizza place.
Yeah.
That's what I've been listening to. And yeah, KMFDM, you'll like it.
Oh, Gamage, I too have been listening to many things this week, and it made it really, really, really fucking hard to pick. Because
you could do another one next week.
I know. There was just several albums that were released this week that were good.
Uh-oh.
Ruh-roh.
No, I'm worried because like there was one I listened to and I'm like, fuck, I hate this.
I wonder if it's...
Now we're going to spin the wheel.
I'm going to suggest it right now. I don't think you've heard of this person, but the person that I'm suggesting for this week is going to be Sasha Keeble. She just put out a new album on Friday. Technically, it's an EP, but like, bitch, it's got like, I think like 12 songs.
What even is an EP?
Yeah, who the fuck cares? Anyway, so it's sort of an album. But the album's called Act 2, and Sasha Keeble's an R&B soul artist. But I'm going to recommend the songs Move It Along from it. They're separated by disc on Spotify because people do that now sometimes.
Okay.
I know, it's weird. One's called Move It Along, but featuring Leon Thomas, and that song's about the experience of when you leave, like you're finally letting go of a toxic relationship and like seeing them for what they are for the first time. And then on disc 2, it ends with a really good song called Heal Something, which is when you start falling in love with somebody and you're feeling those like fantastic feelings, but there's like an air of desperation in the concept of wanting somebody's love toning the song. So it's pretty good. But yeah, that's Sasha Keeble. Her last name is spelled Keable. Keable. That's coming out of my mouth while I read it. Felt like it was wrong, but it is in fact correct. So that's what I got for you guys this week. Thank you for listening. If you liked what you heard, or you want to come with us into my bathroom right now to say Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary, Bloody Mary. Oh fuck, she's right behind me now.
Which one is it? Which one is it?
It's the one who got it.
Well, now we'll never know.
If you liked what you heard or you just fucking hate us, like and subscribe on whatever your most favorite podcasting place is.
I fucking hate us.
If you want us to talk about a thing, email us at whtpahwoodpaw@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Instagram at We Have That Podcast at Home, all one big long word. Or you can follow us on at WHTPAH on Blue Sky. That's Woodpaw on Blue Sky. Also, Fact Checker made a funny joke. She said the Bloody Mary that appears is the one that I marry. Also funny because the word Mary's in there. Ha 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 ha. Lesbians. We started with a lesbian joke. We're going to end with a lesbian joke. God damn it. Next week, we will be tackling the illustrious...
Started with softballs?
The fine, art of... Wild card, bitch. We get to do whatever we want. Suck it.
Yay. Can we not do this podcast anymore? Is that an option?
For 1 week, perhaps.
Yeah.
I've been off-brand Rachel.
I've been japed and confused Gamage.
This has been We Have That Podcast at Home.
Tuning in.
And I'm Walter Cronkite.
Always Walter Cronkite. You're obsessed with the man. I haven't even heard of the person. I haven't heard of this person until you started living in him. Is he haunting you now? Is he bloody?
I said
Did
his
you say
name
Walter
too
Cronkite?
many times in the mirror, and he appeared and possessed me. Fact checker says her husband.